What's up, guys? Welcome back to Van TV Media, guys. If you see most people here in Africa, most people in Jamaican, Caribbean countries have now decided, all youth countrywide who are black Africans have decided to gang up with Ibrahim Traoré. Watch this video before we proceed.
Hello and welcome to Van TV Media. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends to get daily updates.
I have some major breaking news from Burkina Faso, and this news must reach all the African nations. On the 30th of April 2025, 3 days from today, there is going to be an intercontinental match in support of Burkina Faso. All the countries have already organized how they are going to do, and they are going to tell France to leave Burkina Faso alone. They are going to tell the United States of America to leave Captain Ibrahim Traoré alone. So I'm calling all African nations, all the people, to stand with Ibrahim Traoré on the 30th of April 2025. And you are going to say, leave Burkina Faso alone, leave Ibrahim Traoré alone. We are going to storm all the accounts, the Emmanuel Macron account. We are going to tell him we no longer want foreign influence in Africa, because enough is enough. These people are taking our resources, they are using our gold, everything that we have. So stand in solidarity with Burkina Faso President Ibrahim Traoré. We cannot afford to lose Ibrahim Traoré the way we lost Sankara, the way we lost Muammar Gaddafi, the way we lost Patrice Lumumba, the way we lost Kwame Nkrumah. So let us stand together and fight as one. The people from Ghana have already confirmed, Nigeria, Kenya, Sierra Leone, all African nations must stand together as one and fight for what is ours.
Au niveau d'Afrique, ils ne pas découvrir ce qu'ils prennent au niveau d'Afrique. C'est pour ça qu'ils sont en train de mentir. Ils disent la...
President of Burkina Faso. Y'all got a better chance of trying to fit a camel through the eye of a needle than to think y'all about to touch him. When I say that man is so divinely protected, cause he out here doing the work of the universe. The way I have been saying over and over again, if I can just find one African leader that's willing to stand up with a voice instead of walking around like a puppet, and in walks President Ibrahim onto the scene. The way he out here turning these Western countries every which way but loose. Oh, they big mad. And all these other African leaders that's out here being used like puppets. Oh, they big mad too. Burkina Faso, I'm coming. Cause I need to meet these resilient people out here standing up with a voice. It is time for Africa to rise. And Burkina Faso is out here standing strong with that voice. We black people have been controlled for how long? Resources of Africa have been getting robbed for how long? Yep, it's that time. Burkina Faso, I'm behind y'all. We changing this narrative one African country at a time. Let's talk about it.
So the protest in solidarity with Ibrahim Traoré against USA and France is happening on the 30th. We are left with only 4 days. But Ghanaians, I don't know where our meeting is going to take place. I don't know where we are going to meet. So please, if you know, kindly let me know. And to all the youth in Ghana following me, I would like to meet all of you there. And all the youth in Africa, please, let's do this to support Ibrahim Traoré. He's one of us, okay? We can't let him be destroyed. So we can't watch him die. You understand? We all need to come together and protect this guy. I love you.
President of Burkina Faso have the most loyal soldiers them round him. Them not turn them back against a man there in a no time, no fashion, and them not make nobody make them feel frightened, feel a little bit of money. Them the squad they so loyal to him that in a the last unaliving attempt, my love, them actually take the millions of dollars. Me no know who pay them. But in the last unaliving attempt of the president of Burkina Faso, me hear say the soldiers them take the millions of dollars, carry go give Ibrahim Traoré, show them the plans of the person we did want to hire them, and now then take the money and go invest it back in the country.
The audacity of these people is just baffling. Emmanuel Macron has announced that France is not ready to leave Africa because he said that Africa still needs France, because France wants to make sure that Africa is fully developed. That France wants to make sure that Africa is fully developed before they leave. How long has France been in Africa? If your job was to develop Africa, you really are the worst developer in the world. So Emmanuel Macron has said that France still has a lot of work to do. They will not leave Africa because Africa still needs France. Emmanuel Macron, you're fooling nobody, okay? You are fooling absolutely nobody. The people that need Africa is France. France needs Africa in order to develop or to continue developing, because without Africa, France is nothing. Just look at the words of Mitterrand. This is literally what he said, that without Africa, France will be a third world country. And now, because France has been kicked out of Africa, guess what's happening? France has realized they've got they've got nowhere else, nobody else to exploit. They have nobody else to milk. For all these years, the countries, the former colonies of France, have been unable to develop because France has stolen half or almost all of their entire national reserve. And he has the audacity to continue on this line. You're fooling nobody, Emmanuel Macron. Okay? Go back to your country and look at the drawing board. Start again.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Alassane Ouattara, the president of Cote d'Ivoire, and Michael Langley, the general of AFRICOM, the two biggest black sellouts of our century, hands down. And you guys will go down in history for it. I want all the history books to point to you as the biggest sellouts. Your generation and the next generation and the next generation after that will look at you as a sellout. You are a disappointment to Africans. How can you do this in a time of revolution, in such a time when Africa is rising up and we are standing on our feet? You choose to chop our legs off. For what? What did you gain out of it? 40 million. Okay, you used the 40 million, but it is at the expense of the bloodshed of your brothers and sisters. Was it worth it? I want all my Ivory Coastian brothers and sisters to stand up and talk. I've not heard you guys speak. Come in the comment section and confirm that you do not stand with your president. Confirm that you stand with Ibrahim Traoré. You stand with Burkina Faso, and you stand for African liberation. We don't hate you. We love you. We know that you are not your president, but we want you to open your mouth and speak. I have not heard you speak. Please come into the comment section. Show your love for Africa liberation and Africa unity. You are not your president. And we will not stand for these two coons, these two house ends, these two babooniashes to come and take away all that we have fought for. Captain Ibrahim Traoré, President of Africa, stands for. And you know what, guys? What I discovered, they have been in Cote d'Ivoire. They were even in Cote d'Ivoire last year, strengthening relationships. That Michael Langley, he was there last year, strengthening relationships with the Cote d'Ivoire president. You see, these people, when they do something, they don't do it for today. Or hey, no, not just for today. They plan years in advance. They handpicked Alassane to be president, to prime him for such a time like this. This is how these people are. And so we must be sharp, guys. Alassane has to come to his knees. He has to recognize that we mean business. Who is with me? Please comment in the section that you are with me, that you stand for Ibrahim Traoré, you stand for Burkina Faso, and you stand for Africa liberation.
Ibrahim Traoré, the president for Burkina Faso. Why are we getting involved with Burkina Faso? They have driven the Western influences out of their country. They've paid off their debt. They have increased their GDP. This young president is now investing in this country, in infrastructure, in agriculture, and in education. Why is the West trying to destabilize Africa now? Why? Because you guys would go in and rape the country and get the minerals, the gold, the precious metals for pennies on the dollar, while the country live in poverty. And the prime minister said no more. We will sell our own resources to the world at market value, so my people can benefit. And now some Marine generals getting ready to go there, saying that the man is a threat to his people. Tell me, how is that? We don't give two rats behind about Africa, because Africa been struggling for the longest. We've given them vaccine that has killed half of the population. We've done all kind of atrocity to Africa. And now that a nation is actually forging an alliance and becoming prosperous, we want to go down there and destabilize that. America, we need to wake up.
So this is how youth have decided to gang up with Ibrahim Traoré. They have decided to make sure that they support Ibrahim Traoré so that we African can no longer be intimidated, so that we African can no longer be colonized by the whites. We African can no longer be colonized by French. So and we know Ibrahim Traoré is the only young man who have decided to make change of Africa. Ibrahim Traoré is the only young man who has decided to fight for democracy. So, and some of you guys, you may not know on why youth have decided to gang up with Ibrahim Traoré. There are some of the factors. That have pushed youth to gang up with Ibrahim Traoré. More so those black Africans. More so those people who are black, and those people who are royal, and those people who feel like we must have change here in Africa. Some of the things that have decided that youth have followed and decided to gang up with Ibrahim Traoré are as follow. Youth leadership. As you know, Ibrahim Traoré is the only young leader compared to some of the leaders here in Africa. Most of the time, leaders in Africa are old people. Whenever you see Africa, you see old people. And some of the example is that Uganda, you can see Yoweri Museveni has ruled for over so many years. Since I was young until now, Yoweri Museveni is there. You see Ghana, leader is the old man. You see every corner of Africa, most people are being led by old people. As the world's youngest head of state, Traoré contrasts sharply with average age of African leader, which is around 63 years. Most leaders here in Africa are 63 and above. His rise to power has inspired many young African people. The rise of Ibrahim Traoré. Most people are being inspired. Most people are happy with this young gentleman. Another one, anti-imperialist stance. Traoré has taken a firm position against foreign interference, particularly from former colonial power. Ibrahim Traoré is the only man who have decided to do away with social activities that are from the whites, that are from the colony of Burkina Faso. He has decided to rule out the power of colony. His decision to withdraw Burkina Faso from the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, and form the Alliance of Sahel States with Mali and Niger. It reflects a desire for regional self-determination. They have decided to have their regional to be determined themselves. That's why they left ECOWAS and pushed themselves to work as themselves with the Mali and the Niger. This is the confidence of these three countries have decided to show the whole Africa. And that's why young people have decided to work with Ibrahim Traoré. Resource nationalism. Those are resource what? Nationalism. Under his leadership, Burkina Faso has nationalized key gold mine and established a national gold refinery, aiming to retain more value from the natural resource. This move resonates with youth who advocates for economic independence and equitable resource management. You see, France was taking gold in Burkina Faso. Whenever France take, is it 200 grams? Some grams is taking 1 gram on 1 million shillings, and you can see the same France, after taking those minerals like gold in the country, they go and resell it in over 200 million. They just came in, they just pick in Africa with just little money and go and sell it in the large amount of money. That thing is the one that made Ibrahim Traoré to decide and say enough is enough. We African, we can reinstate ourselves, we can move alone without depending from other people who are over depending on us, who are making more profit than us. So those are things that Ibrahim Traoré decided to reinforce in Burkina Faso, and is the things that have made youth to come around, to come together to fight this issue. Some of the mobilization that has made me to feel, oh God, so marvelous. Some of the mobilization on how youths have mobilized other youths from different parts of Africa, from different parts of world who are blacks. Those are things that have made we youths have moved these things so far. Through social media campaign, you see TikTok. Some people are coming in TikTok, taking some videos of criticizing, of pushing on those things. Those are platforms like TikTok and Instagram features content praising Traoré leadership and policies. For instance, TikTok video highlights how African youths are rallying to protest him and to drive change in Burkina Faso. You see, for me, here in Kenya, I've not gone to Burkina Faso, but I know one day God will answer my prayer. One day I'll be in Burkina Faso. But for now, I've not gone to Burkina Faso, but I know how Burkina Faso is moving. I know the developments that are there in Burkina Faso since Ibrahim Traoré came into an office. We know all highlights that are being kept there. Those constructions. We've seen construction. Ibrahim Traoré doing major construction in Burkina Faso. We've seen Ibrahim Traoré participating so strongly in economy of Burkina Faso. So we have answers. We have evidences That's why we youths have decided to gang up to protect that guy. Cultural expression, music, art, and literature celebrating Traoré. Most people, you can see, most people have decided to create songs, have decided to praise this guy by making some of the dramas. That's why Ibrahim Traoré is now trending. That's why most people have known on what Ibrahim Traoré is passing through. And guys, let us come together as youths and let us decide on how we can protect our young leader Ibrahim Traoré. And we know one day, one time, Africa will be no longer depending from West. We know African will work along. We'll know African will join hands together to form one country as African country, not African continent. And guys, let us meet in the next episode.